cry. Be honest.
Okay, so Spider-Man made me cry at least, the very least, 3 times.
Me too.
The
Three or
very
four,
least three
some shit.
times. Uh, okay, so how did you like the very first surprise, Daredevil?
Dude, it's funny because we got there so late. We got there literally when they were getting interrogated. And so I don't know what happened in the beginning. I don't know why his suit was green. So her Stacy and Zoe went to the bathroom. So they literally got there walking in when Daredevil got there. Was Matt Murdock was there. So that shit right there and then already got me. I pointed and I clapped loud, and
Yeah,
everybody else did too. A lot
yeah.
of people did too. And that's when my eyes got watery for the first time.
Man, mine did too for Daredevil. I was like I don't know how to explain it. The fact that it was canceled, what, 4 years ago,
Hmm.
and and then he was right there. It was perfect. The way he was only there for what, maybe like 10 seconds, but it was like the most perfect 10 seconds ever, and it
Yeah,
made
and it's
sense.
like
Like it was one of those things that like, yeah, it would be cool if he was the lawyer, and he was the lawyer. Like how crazy is that?
it's funny how we call that. He it'd be dope if he'll be the his lawyer, his blind lawyer or
It's
whatever.
just because it makes
And
sense, like it's
mhm.
like how else would you be able to do it? And I'm so happy. I was so happy. I clapped too, and the whole theater. Luckily, people still know who he was because it would suck if people didn't and people didn't care. 'Cause then I'm sure
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they'll be like, oh, you see, this is why we canceled it. But man, no, the whole theater clapped and someone was like, holy shit! And then when he caught the brick, the whole theater went crazy. The whole
yeah,
theater
and
went
then
crazy. I was like, yes, that's exactly what. Just a little tease. Even for people who don't know who he is, people are gonna be like, what the hell was that? Like, how did he
yeah,
catch that? So now people who don't know who he is are gonna be interested, and people who know are gonna be like, hell yeah, like that's what I wanted to see.
hey, it's actually though when he got the break and Peter was just staring at him like weirded out,
Yeah, like how'd
and
you do that?
he's like, how did you do it? He's like, I'm a really good lawyer.
I'm a real good lawyer. What the hell that has to do with being a lawyer? But I thought it was so cool. It was. He also confirmed that both Foggy and Karen are gonna be the same people.
That's great. Oh, we gotta go. Yeah, that's good then. That's great. Well, yeah, because we've been seeing Karen with who did we see her in the pictures walking with? I forgot.
That's why it was. What did we? Was it Andrew or it was somebody? One of the older Spider-Man cast, I think.
Mm. So that's dope. I love Foggy because he's a best brother from Mighty Ducks.
Oh no
Hey, did
way.
you guys get your spider webs?
No, they don't
Oh,
respond. I was there. No, I didn't see any.
no, there's two there. I
Oh,
marked
you
two of them
marked
over there.
them.
Hurry up before they go.
Damn it.
Um,
You can. I don't
was
think. But yeah, man.
yeah,
Daredevil
yeah,
was.
he's one of the best brothers from the fucking did you get it going? From Mighty Ducks, so it's fucking dope. I love that. Picture that leaked was fucking real.
It was real. It was so real, and I really, really did think that it was photoshopped. But then I was like,
Yeah,
it also just makes too much sense.
I love that they brought every single original character for the villains. Every single original character was there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially at the end, I thought that maybe because it showed them in bad guy form, something like, oh, they probably just got the voices. But once they
Like
cured them
for
and it showed their faces, I was like, oh wow, everyone's here. Like that's cool.
hmm I thought for the Sandman, I thought they were just gonna use his
Oh,
voice. But
there's three of them coming for me.
who's
Help
coming?
me. There's three of them over here. Oh, it's a snowman.
Dead snowman. Ah, I throw away my freaking grenades.
Wow. Shitty.
Shit.
Yeah, man, this guy's running around. Damn, they're really running. Oh, they're gonna get the present. Oh,
Nope.
you're not getting.
One's
Oh, they
down.
did get it.
One is down.
One's in here.
Oh,
Oh
you
shoot,
got
there's
them.
two still here. Oh, they're still alive.
Okay, one is down in the left. Oh, they brought me down from the side. Someone's behind us too.
Good job, Zoe. Get him, Zoe. Good job, Zoe. They didn't even see you coming. We'll see if
Don't
you're
get me
dead.
on my hair. Whoever brought me down is I don't know where.
They're still alive?
Someone shot me down from the right side in the back.
Oh shoot, this storm is coming.
Everybody is whip out.
Let's get out of here.
Look, there's waves right there.
Got it,
Oh, one
got
is it? Fuck, my wave's not catching anything. I'm going far so I can heal. Let's stay right here. Okay, what else? Man, when they did do the meme twice, really.
So I missed it the first time. I didn't see it, and it didn't dawn on me until people were like, "Wait, did they do it?" And I was like, "Man, I don't remember." So I saw the picture floating around that you sent me. I was like, "Oh, they did do it." And I completely missed it.
I noticed it right away. Oh shit! I noticed it right away at the lab because they were like, "Peter," and they're like, "What Peter? Wait, me Peter or the other Peter?" And they're all three of them.
That's funny. I completely missed it. That makes sense. I remember that now.
No, I missed it when they were in food suited when they were arguing.
Oh shoot! Someone's right here looking at me. Oh, he's about to kill me. Oh shoot! Help me! Got me. Oh, the guard is protecting me. The guard is protecting me. Oh, he killed him! The guard killed him for me. The guard killed him for me.
Oh wow.
His stuff was right here. He had a crown. Look at Zoe gonna get the stuff before killing me. That's messed up, Zoe. How did you feel like this movie felt different, huh? Like not like the other Spider-Man movies?
Yeah.
It was a lot more intense.
So darker.
Yeah, I loved it.
It's that fucker really did kill Aunt May, man.
Man, I cried on that scene, but not because of Aunt May. I cried because of his acting. His acting was so good.
Yeah.
Like I loved. Like don't get me wrong, like Spider-Man's supposed to be funny, but when it's time to be serious, I love that Tom Holland knows how to act. You know, and man, when he was crying, and just the whole scene was good. Like when she got up. I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, I was like, okay, cool, we're fine, like we're okay. But then like it was like the feeling was weird, like it was a little tense, and you can feel like it didn't feel normal. Like something was gonna happen. So I thought that maybe Happy was gonna, I don't know. I thought something was gonna happen. But then once it didn't even dawn on me that once she said, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. I should have known then that she was gonna die because that's what Uncle Ben said. Right before he died.
Yeah, she was actually a little too. We're in different spot. Who's behind you?
This person didn't even see me. Oh, this person killed me too.
I don't know, there's three.
There's one right here too. Yeah, there's three.
Oh.
Zoe, why were you way over there? She was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go watch it. And she said that she didn't like that scene because Happy was like, well, how come Happy wasn't crying? And it's like, well, Happy had a job to do. Like, he noticed, he saw like that something was, yeah, like something was wrong with May. Like he obviously, like Peter was crying over her, and then the cops were going in, so he had to do what he had to do.
Yeah, he told him to run and try to distract him or whatever. But
yeah, which sucks because Happy was so in love. Happy was so in love with her. And that part was funny, like, you know, they were going over the breakup. Like, it was for me, it was a right combination of funny and seriousness. And Green Goblin is so brutal. Man, I love William Dafoe. He is the perfect Goblin.
And then it's crazy. Yeah, he was really good. He's always been good. And then also, let me see, I love that I knew Doc Ock was going to be a good guy.
Yeah, it made sense. It made sense. I just didn't. Well, it made sense to me because I thought that okay, maybe they're gonna pick him up from the
from the ending of the other movie.
ending
So
of the
it's
other one, but really they picked him up right before,
so
he
it's
died.
crazy how it's crazy how they all well no this would die William Robin died, but how is he back? That's weird because he did actually die.
So I think what they did is that they picked them up moments before because when they were telling their story, they were telling their story like, oh yeah, I was winning, and then, oh wait a minute, I was about to die. You know how Jamie Foxx said that, like, I was kicking his ass, and then he was like, oh shoot, I was about to die. So they must have been picked up moments before they were gonna die, which explains why Doc Ock was still evil, because at the end of his movie, like he was a good guy.
Yeah, he became a good guy, and
I was so mad. I when May was like, yeah, we gotta cure them. I was like, what? Why? Like three of them tried killing Peter. I'm like, we sent him back home. But I get it. After the after the whole movie was said and done, I really was. I realized like, okay, this is just a lesson for him.
so and also okay so and then when this fool Garfield was coming running, I knew that wasn't Peter. I knew that was.
I noticed it, yeah, and a good chunk of the theater realized it too because of his eyes. So like when he was down the hall in the alleyway, which why was he in the alley? But when he was in the alleyway, people were just like, oh okay, cool, there he is. No one said much of it, but then like when he turned around and started waving, they were like, hey, this. People were noticing, like some guy was like, holy shit. So,
I knew it right away. I right away started.
Hey, Zoe.
Wait, what the hell? Wait,
job,
23? What 23? Oh no, that's someone else.
She got second
This
place.
dude has 120. And then when Garfield was telling them about Gwen Stacy, I was like, ah, that one got to me too.
I love that. I love that the first time they get together is the bonding, because that's what everyone wanted. So that's what I wanted, was them to talk about like the seriousness of like their Uncle Ben's.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, like yeah, I love that.
I love how they all loved each other, even though they knew each other for a few hours. They all they were all great with each other. They all loved each other. Oh, I love how they fought each other right quick.
Right in the beginning, yeah.
That shit was dope. I loved it. And you know what? Peter Maguire kicked his ass right away.
Right away, and that's the experience. He's fast.
So yeah, exactly. He's so fast that he covered his web slinger real fast. He did the flip and boom.
Yeah, he's fast.
For the slinger.
I love that. Because to me that makes sense. To me it makes sense that the first two are gonna fight because they've been through it. They trust people and then they get stabbed in the back. So I like how, like, okay, I'm sensing something, so let me just attack you real quick or whatever.
Yeah.
So I love that because that makes sense. And then having Toby, the number one Spider-Man, be a little faster still, than everyone else. That makes sense. I love it.
Even though he was older and his back all fucking up.
That was so funny. That was so funny because it's realistic, and I love that. He's old.
Yeah, no, and he always had back problems. Well, not really. He did fuck his back up when he fell off the roof.
The third was it the third movie?
The second one, no?
The second one when he when he was losing like confidence and all that.
I did. Yeah, and I love how they talked about he had the mental block of the web and everything.
Yeah, I see that because they talked about everything. Like everyone, every one of them, it finished up their story. I was really hoping that they would talk about Toby and MJ, because I want them to still be together. And even though he didn't give a straight answer, he gave he told Andrew no, still go for it, go out there, because it's still worth it. Like, we had a great, we're having a great time.
Yeah, that was my next one after this one. I love that he clarified that they're still together. He says that him and MJ are still together and they made it work. So obviously in that universe, our Peter, he's good. He's good with her. They ended up together.
You mean their duels?
Huh? Yeah. Oh shit. And then when Garfield caught MJ, and he landed with her and he started sobbing all pretty much. That one got to me too.
I cried. That for sure I cried on, because Well, I was probably one of the few that maybe liked Amazing Spider-Man.
I
Um,
love this Amazing Spider-Man.
I loved it. I thought it was a nice take. I did think there were some things where I'm like, oh, that's a little weird. Like his suit in the first one was a little weird to me,
Mm.
but the second one I liked a lot. I did think they rushed killing her. You know, I would have saved it for a third movie. But um, but yeah, I remember when she died. I was so tense because I knew it was coming. Because obviously, if you read the comic books or even watch a TV show, you know this is how she dies. So,
Mm.
so when it happened and she hit her head the way she hit it, or snapped her neck the way she snapped it, I remember being really sad about it. I think we saw it together. I was emotional about it. So when he not only talked about it, but then when he saved MJ, I was so happy. I was so happy because she
Mhm.
was like he was like, "You good?" And she's like, "Yeah, you." And he
Mhm.
doesn't even say anything. He just looks at her and nods and starts crying. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting teary right now. It was so sad. It was a good
That was
redemption
good.
for him.
And then it was very, and I knew, I called it that he was gonna save her. He was gonna be the one to save her. I just
And
knew
that's
it.
true because and just like I said, it makes sense. Like I like that, even though like a good majority of this movie, like maybe half was not even like maybe spoiled, leaked, or even some of the audiences was like, oh no, this is gonna happen because it makes sense. Just because it makes sense doesn't mean it shouldn't happen, you know.
Right.
And I like they stuck with it because it was so perfect. It was so perfect how they did it.
I love Maguire in this one. I wish it was more. I wish it would have been more, like more of him.
Yeah, I,
Um,
but my worry was that it wasn't gonna be like a. I just want and like Tom Holland to have a good movie, you know, on his own.
mhm.
And like I know like a lot of people complain like every time that he has his movie, it's being like supported by Iron Man. It's being
That
supported
is
by
true.
and then it was being supported by Shields in the second one. So they were like, we just want him to do it on his own. And that's what my
That
worry
is
when
so
you
true.
have when you have a favorite like Tobey Maguire, like people of course are gonna be like, well, I want to see Toby,
Mhm.
but it's not his movie, you know. Like he had his time,
Mhm.
and I was so worried. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, I don't know how they're gonna do it. Like how they're gonna satisfy everybody. And to me, I think this was the perfect blend. Like he was there as Uncle Ben basically. Like he was the one like, hey, like you don't want to do that because of this. Like hey, I've been through it. Hey,
mhm.
like I know. And same thing with Andrew. And I don't know if this. It feels like they did this from the very beginning. Like they knew what they were gonna do because it was so perfect. Where Andrew was like the old Spider-Man. Then you have I mean, Toby was the old Spider-Man, and then Andrew was like the adolescent, you know, and then you have Tom Holland who's like a kid still. Like it covers
Yeah.
every age, and you can and Tom can compare like okay, like he's been through this, and or you know the other man has been through that. I can do it, you know, and it's so good. Like it's so crazy because the way it ended in this one, it really did feel they planned it from the very beginning, like back when Toby, like this is what we're gonna do eventually.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I was reading that the guy, the they were scared of going back to the stars because what if they didn't want to? How can they get them to do it without not telling them what? Like they asked them, hey, will you guys be willing to do a movie, come back your roles? And they were like, can we see a script? We're like, no. And then that chick to had to go talk to him and everything, and then they had to tell them both like, you guys. I guess they wanted to be, yeah, okay, we'll come back, but pretty much letting them know you will not be a cameo. Like it's not a cameo.
Exactly,
It's gonna be more.
exactly.
It's gonna be more than a cameo. So I guess that's they were like, all right. So oh, and not only that, for them to feel too the fact that like they needed to know that their roles and them being there was gonna be exactly good for the movie. It was gonna tie in with the movie and it was gonna be important for the movie. So I guess that's why they also did it.
And I love that. I love
So
that everybody, even all this time later, still cares about the movie that they were in.
hmm
Because it's so easy to be like part of a superhero movie and like it's a superhero movie. Like why would any actor, a serious actor, care? You know. But the fact
yeah.
that these guys still care about their character and like no, like I want to do it right. If I'm gonna be in there, I'm gonna do it right. Like William Dafoe, like he was just like no, I don't want to just be a bad guy and just like not matter. You know, like I want to have
Oh,
effect. I want to
hold
be
on, bro. Hold
good.
on. Sorry. Sorry, sorry. I got you. Um, I loved who else? Let me see. Did you get your Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Um, the villains were great. Jamie Foxx he was cool. He was funny. He was cool. Um, I loved Osborn. He was great, man.
Oh
He
yeah.
was really great.
From the very beginning, so
Um,
intense. Like you can. I
mhm,
forgot how crazy he was until he's in
mhm.
this movie. Like he'll just snap. Just be like we're tired of your questions, child. Like I like that. I forgot like these are such great actors. And whenever you have
Mhm.
such established actors in like these superhero movies, it just feels that much more important. So I like that everyone came back and cared.
I love Doc Ock, Dr. Octavius Doc Ock, my dear boy. At the end, when he goes back his normal good self.
Oh,
Um,
man.
uh, so and also they got a second chance. All
They
of them
all
are
got a
going back to
second
the
chance.
universes. Osborn lost his son, but at least he's probably gonna go back to everything back, and obviously Spider-Man's gonna get his back, and then Sandman he's going back to his daughter, and then Doc Ock he's gonna do whatever he does, and he's a good guy. So all three spiders know who he is. I mean, all three villains knows who he is, and then for Amazing Spider-Man, they're all going back too, but they
Yeah.
all are fine. Jamie Foxx is fine. He's a good guy. Let me see. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Oh, dude, did you see the Rhino coming through
Oh, I saw the
at
Rhino
the
coming
end?
through, the classic Rhino. I
Yeah.
saw that because I was trying to look and see like okay if I can recognize anybody, and Rhino right away I saw it and I was like wow it's
Yeah.
classic cartoon Rhino, like comic book
So
Rhino,
I
and
was
I
like,
and I love that.
let me see what else. What else? What else was there?
But yeah,
What
like
else?
I
What
love that
else?
everyone got a second chance. Like, cause I really was
Mm-hmm.
mad. I was like, Aunt May didn't have to die. Like, this was such a dumb plan from the beginning. Like, this is. Uh, but the fact that it worked, I was like, wow, it's gonna work. Everyone's gonna get a happy ending, and I guess like that was the lesson for our Peter Parker was like,
Mm-hmm.
just
To
because
grow up
it's
and
yeah, just to grow up and do the right thing, and just because it's hard doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. And he
this
did it. He
fucker was
proved
gonna
everybody wrong.
he was gonna kill
He was
Osborn.
gonna kill him, and oh my
Yeah,
god, I
and
love the
then
fight scenes. I completely
dude, the
forgot, and like I mean, don't get me wrong, I knew that Green Goblin was intense because who could forget like the very first fight?
mhm,
But like
um,
man,
uh,
the fighting scenes with those two were so good. And he straight up he was gonna kill him.
yeah. If it wasn't for Maguire, he stood up there. Holland didn't have a chance against Maguire. He couldn't. Like he tried
Yeah,
still going for the kill, and Maguire he didn't even sweat like his strength. Holland's strength,
oh yeah,
not one bit. Like
yeah.
it was like nothing to Maguire.
No, and the fact that he gave him a look too, like at the same time while
Hmm.
holding him back, like, hey man, like, the
Hmm. Like
acting is so good because no words were said. It was just a look, like this is not what
oh
you want to do.
shit
Oh,
behind me.
come here. It's probably the partner that we just killed.
Hmm. Nice. He didn't even know you were there. Yeah, bro. He just gave him the small look, like no.
Yeah, like come on, man, like you could beat this, and you can see the change in Tom Holland's face, like
Yeah.
you're right, like
Yeah. When Andrew threw him the thing, he just caught it and stabbed him. Like that was a great throw and a great catch.
it was so good, and when they were talking about when they were they suck together. In the very
Hmm.
beginning, when nothing was working, I was like, wow, they can't work together.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, oh, I've been in a team, like let me lead, and he's like, I've been part of the
Mm.
Avengers, and
And then Toby's like, Avengers?
that's
What is
awesome.
that?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, what is that? And then Andrew's like, are you in a band? Or is that
I
a
love
band?
that because I always wondered, like, okay, are there other heroes? But I guess in their universes, it's only Spider-Man.
Up to this one.
And that's crazy. And now officially, oh, I gotta reload.
There's two over here.
Just too careful.
Yeah, I already got one down.
Right through his legs. Wow. I gotta reload my.
I know, already down. Man, that was great. Oh, but I loved when they were like, you know, great comes by responsibility, with great power comes responsibility. And he said, "Wait, how do you know that?" And then he's like, my what is his name?
Oh,
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben.
How they
Yeah,
finish?
I.
How they
Oh,
both
that
finished
was such a beautiful
their
scene too.
sentence?
Yeah, such a beautiful scene.
Yeah. Shit.
Damn, where did they come from? Oh, I see. I see. Over the. Oh, he took away a lot of my health.
Oh, it's right here.
He's right here. He's running. I think he realizes two of us. Yeah, he's leaving.
Oh, shit, he's right here.
Nice. I gotta heal now. Yeah, I love that scene. That scene was so beautiful. It was such a great learning lesson. Like even at that point, you can feel that defeat in Tom Holland. Like he didn't even care that there was other Spider-Man there this time. He was just like, nah, I'm done. Go home. Like I'm sending everybody home.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. I'm done.
Because normally he would freak out about that. Like there's two other Spider-Man. Like, but he was like, nah, just I don't care no more. I don't care who you are. Go home.
We're just done.
And the Spidey sense was so much better in this movie.
Yeah.
So much better because and that was everyone's problem too. And Sean always talked about it that Tom Holland doesn't use his spider sense.
He has like a feeling or whatever, but
Yeah, but this one you can. I don't know if they have a new director for this movie or what, but or maybe just a combination of all the other actors who are just like, nah, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, right? The spider sense was so useful this time around. Like when they were all in the apartment building and everyone was like, "What's going on?" and like everything was muffled and he was walking around like something wasn't right.
He looking at everybody and then
He was looking at everybody and then I was like, "Oh no, is it Jamie? Like is Jamie about to take the thing off or is it somebody about to come inside?" I'm thinking like, "Oh, it's Venom. Like Venom's about to bust inside and ruin it for everybody." But no, it's Green Goblin and you can his voice. His voice is so creepy. So creepy. And he's such a good villain. He's such a good villain. A villain that I love to hate.
And
The way he laughed, when he was getting his ass kicked. He was getting his ass kicked when Peter was just punched him right in the face, and he was taking it and he kept laughing harder and harder. I got Joker vibes. I was like, this guy's evil. This guy's insane. And I love the ending. Like I really love the ending. A clean slate. He's his own man now. I don't know what's gonna happen, like because he has nobody now. Nobody remembers him. He's truly on his own.
When the whole thing came out, the red, I thought it was gonna be the Russian again.
I thought it was gonna be him too. I would have laughed. I would have laughed so hard. I was thinking like, oh, they literally brought everyone back. Make it.
Where did I die?
Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Someone's coming behind me.
Oh, swing away. Swing away.
Okay, let's go. You swinging away? Oh, they all heard me.
I have no weapons. Oh, I do have a pistol. I wish I knew where I died.
What's the one that left?
Oh.
Yes, I got her down.
There's only one behind me. Oh. She's under the block though.
Oh shoot, no, I hear it in my ear.
It's under, oh,
she has
got
loot
someone
over
in front of me.
Oh crap. Oh, from the top of the block? She probably took all the loot. Be careful. Oh damn, can't jump in. Oh, right here.
Yeah, I just killed one. I got all the weapons.
Got her. My aim was horrible though, but I got her.
Fucking just got her.
Yeah, we can do this though. There's all the loot here if you need. There's a lot of loot.
Do you happen to remember where I died?
It was over there somewhere by the truck, I think. Because you were just outside the storm
Where?
on this side. Because she took your webs and I killed her. So all your stuff is outside the storm.
Uh,
So now we're over here. So it was somewhere here unless someone took it. She was gonna swing away. Oh, right here, right here, right here.
oh my goodness. No web shooter there?
I think it's over there. Yeah, I see it.
Huh. Oh, okay. What I lose?
Can I get it?
I lose
Me?
this one. Oh yeah, you can get it with a web shooter. It's okay. I got it.
You I need a shield. Didn't even think about it. Oh,
There's
that truck
one
is a
up in
shield
the
over
ice.
there, no? Ooh.
Sure.
Where was that coming from?
Oh, right here.
I gotta go. This thing's coming.
It's Tony Stark.
It is Tony Stark. Okay, let's go.
I'm healing. Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm dead. Oh, swing away, boy. Swing away, dear boy. I need to heal.
Are you guys just in a fight?
Dude.
Ah, fuck. Look, he's up there. He's up there.
There's someone
He's
else.
behind you. In front of you. Look, in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm healing. He's coming towards me.
Oh, shoot, there's someone on top of the hill. Oh. There's two of them. Exactly the same. Damn. Careful to your right, there's two of them. Right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, one thing I hated, I did not like, is Holland fucked the shit out of Osborn. Like, fixed him beautiful. It was amazing everything he did, all his moves, right? Hello?
Yeah, in the beginning? Or at the end?
At the end.
Oh, yeah.
At the end, no. Okay. Oh yeah. También in the beginning when he was body slamming him and he did the webs and body slammed him and
Ooh,
did
that was
flips.
beautiful.
That was incredible. I loved it. Okay, now the ending fighting scene, he fucked him up nasty, nonstop. But there was no blood on Osborn's face. That beating should have given you broken nose, or eyelids fucking ripped and bleeding.
I noticed that too. I thought the same. I was like, he's gonna you know how when you get punched in the face like that, like Holland did, like something's gonna come up busted, you know. But nothing did.
Yeah.
And it was like in the beginning too that there was nothing coming out in the beginning, cause.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering. I don't know if that was like a mistake on the production team or if maybe. I don't know. I don't remember how he was in the first movie. If Goblin has like, because he's enhanced. He's like a super soldier. So I don't know if that's why. But I thought the same thing. I was like, he's taking these hits like right to the face. You know, and there's no blood, nothing.
Okay, so other than that, it was great. And then I see Toby standing there. I'm like, no one come behind him and stab him.
Oh
No one.
my god.
And then he gets stabbed. But luckily for me, thank God he didn't die.
I really thought he was gonna die, and it seemed a little weird. I thought that he was, but then when he was fine. You know, it's cool. Like he's done this before. Like he said, like it's not the first time he's been stabbed. I think it would have. I want to say it probably would have been better for me if he died. That's all I'm saying. But I'm happy everyone got a happy ending.
Yeah, he went back to uniform. It sucks though because I'm sure he left out of nowhere without telling MJ anything because he got sucked in. También Andrew. Oh, Andrew had nobody, so.
But I'm wondering how that looked on their. Yeah, you're right. I'm wondering how that looked on their end, like on their universe. Did it look like how it did on their side, where everything kind of blew up? Because it happened on Venom. Remember, a big light flashed. Oh, but wait a minute. That's weird because it happened. There was a lot of stuff that probably wasn't answered, you know? Like, was everyone sucked in like Venom? Was Venom sucked in because of the spell? Because it almost seemed like Venom was sucked in right as it was happening, like the news broke. So
Mm-hmm.
like a little before. So I don't know. That's weird.
Okay, now
What you
let's
think
talk
about the
about
ending?
like the post credits. You mean?
Yeah.
That's where I'm going now.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah.
now, so now, did I fucking call it or did I call it? I,
You
s-
called it. You called it.
I said a piece of Venom, a symbiote, is gonna stay behind or something like that. Blah blah blah, etc. etc. And that's exactly what happened. A little tiny piece of symbiote stay behind. It's funny how Brock was getting all the information and shit from that dude, and
Yeah, so
then
I
he's like,
thought
all
that he
right.
was gonna stay because of that. When he was getting information, I was like, okay, cool. I wonder if because he didn't get like sapped in from like the spell that Doctor Strange
Friends.
gave Peter, I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna stay. But when he left, I felt it in the room, and I even felt to myself like, oh no way! Like he literally came for just for the fun of it. Like we're not even gonna see him together. But
But
then
that was great to me. I love the fact that he left because it would have been hard for us to see this Eddie Brock and evil guy because he's not a bad guy
yeah,
in
that's
his
true.
movies.
That's very true. It saved them from that because that was everyone's
Yeah.
issue. Like, well, he's not a bad guy, so how's that gonna happen?
So that's great. I love that. I love that he went back to his universe and to Michelle Williams and whatever. Here, come here. And then and then so that's great. But the symbiote now, even my friend told me even my friend told me like, hey, so what does that mean for the symbiote? So it can go to anybody. So now it's like if it stays with like the Venom movie, then it's gonna need someone to to be great so it can survive. Now if it's like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, it can go to just anybody then, right? You know what I
So
mean?
I remember Toby, like but remember he went to Connors and his world before he was Lizard, because there was a Professor Connors on
Oh
in
Maguire.
Toby's. Yeah, remember he had like he was missing an arm. So he even said like it's a parasite. It needs a host to survive, and it feeds off of anger
So it
and
can go
like
to
negative
any.
emotions. So I think it can go to. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be as drastic because I like it is different. It is different with in the Venom movie. Like it needs to be with someone to live, like right away. Like it won't last long.
So
But I
that
remember
means
in the
that it can
first
go to
and
anybody
first,
then.
yeah, it can go to anyone. So that I don't know if it's gonna be exclusive to Spider Man or is that gonna be like it's in Marvel now. Like that's it. It's in the MCU. So that's cool
Yeah.
because that leaves so much to happen. Like that's so much room for creativity. I mean, it sucks because I would have loved to see like a Venom Captain America or a Venom Iron Man, but you know
Mm.
they're long gone. But a Venom
Oh,
Hulk we can still see. Like it.
oh yeah, we skip a spot. So now that no one knows who he is, and neither does Happy, that he's no longer like Stacy made me realize that means no one knows him. So that means he's no longer an Avenger,
Yeah.
meaning there's no reason for him to use that nanotech Spider-Man because no one knows him, and that would be kind of weird for Happy.
Yeah. Exactly.
So he built his suit again from scratch, which was great. I loved it because I honestly
Exactly.
don't like the iron suit much, the
I
gold and all
I,
that.
I the reason I don't like the way it looks, and I also
Hmm.
didn't like, and I got used to it once Infinity War came, and and I was like, okay, cool, like it's nice. But the fact that he used it all the time, I wasn't a fan of it
Hmm.
because it's supposed to
Yeah.
be like in emergencies, but you're using it all the time. It's like it's OP.
Hmm.
It's you're too strong now. Like what's the point?
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
made
it's
that
like
new suit, and that new suit looked beautiful.
it looked good.
I
Yeah,
wish
the
we got,
color, nice and
yeah.
blue.
I wish we got longer of it, but I'd like to tease because now I'm already excited for the next movie. Like I'm beyond excited for the next movie because it's a
Now
clean
he's all.
slate. He's all alone. He has to be a
Yeah,
man now. It felt truly different. It felt like I wasn't looking at a kid no more. Like he moved on his own.
yeah,
No, like you said, no one knows him. I don't. I'm confused because I don't know because I think the spell was that people forgot Peter Parker. Um,
yeah,
not so much that they forgot that he's Spider Man. Like they know Spider Man. So like if
yeah.
Avengers
But you
call
don't
him,
know.
I think if Avengers can still call him, like they call Spider-Man, but they won't know that he's Peter.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think that's what the spell was. Because even Happy was like, "Well, how do you know Aunt May?" And then Tom
He's
was
like,
like, "Well,
yeah, from
yeah." He
Spider-Man.
was like, "Through Spider-Man, he said the same." So
Yeah, he said.
I think he still knows Spider-Man. He
Yeah,
just
you're
doesn't.
right.
He doesn't know Peter, which it's gonna be confusing. It's gonna be a little confusing. I'm wondering if Strange is gonna know him still, because Strange is the master of of everything.
Yeah, I think he will because when he said see you around, he could have said no, no, I won't, or some stupid shit like that. But he
I
said
thought he
come up
was. I was
here
like,
or
no,
something
you're
like
yeah,
that.
but he didn't.
Yeah.
And Strange always has like something up his sleeve. Like he always hides what he knows. So I think he held back of that information. Like, well, I'm gonna still know you,
hmm So I
which is
don't think
cool.
he's truly alone then.
It's gonna be one of those again, like in the Civil War, where they're gonna need help, and Strange is gonna be like, "Well, I know a guy," and then here comes
Right,
Spider-Man.
right. And I wonder if Matt Murdock still remembers him then as Spider-Man. Oh no, 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 he doesn't.
No,
He'll
no,
know.
because
Oh,
he
it's
met
Spider-Man.
he met Spider-Man through. That's it. So he has to literally start from scratch.
So, but at least we have the devil from Hell's Kitchen, so that's beautiful.
I'm
I
so
love it.
excited, man. And then
So
on the red carpet, I saw too, because I follow Marvel on YouTube. And the Shang-Chi, the actor who plays Shang-Chi, was there, and he's been begging for a Shang-Chi and Spider-Man movies. So I'm excited for that if they do it. I mean, they could have possibly, like, they're gonna have to at some point. And I'm excited for a possible Daredevil and Spider-Man, collaboration. There's so much fun they can have with this. That no one knows him again, and he has no, science techie help anymore. Like he's just Spider-Man.
I also love when they were telling each other stories of all the villains they faced, and Toby's like, well, I fought a gooey alien whatever from space and shit, which was Venom obviously,
Yeah,
and then
the crowd loved that. The crowd loved that.
and there was like, oh man, I'm lame compared to blah blah. And Toby's like, you're not lame, you're amazing, you're amazing. There's two over here. You're amazing, and it's like, hey, Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I love that. I love that Toby was like the counselor for everybody. Wow, you got that. Yeah,
There's
I
one
love
to the
that.
far right too. So careful. Um, yeah, because he is Amazing Spider-Man after all.
But everyone fit because Toby is like he's like the outcast. He's like the loner. So the fact, not Toby, Andrew. So like the fact that he was still acts like that. He's like,
Like
yeah,
there's
I'm
one far
lame.
away. Yeah, and it's funny though, because Andrew tells him, are you gonna go like that, like your, what is it, missionary, or what
Oh
do you
no,
call
he was
them?
like a youth pastor.
There you go. And then he pulls his shirt, and his
Oh,
costume is there, of
the
course.
crowd lost it. The crowd, because I think they're just waiting for him to come out in his suit.
Yeah.
Oh, and
That
the
means,
pose, the pose was beautiful when they all swung in the air. They landed like on top of
oh
the
yeah, yeah, hell yeah. You know, and so that means that Maguire was just roaming around, minding his own business, regular clothes, and that means Garfield was fighting crime because he was in his suit.
or unless he always has it ready. He
No,
probably
I'm
always
saying
has
like,
it.
well, like no, I'm saying like, Garfield was already in costume, in costume, so he must
Yeah.
have been in his universe already
Oh, you're
patrolling or
right.
some shit.
Yeah.
And Maguire was in regular clothes, so he must have been like doing his own thing as Peter Parker. And you know what I mean?
And that makes
Yeah, we
sense
gotta go,
because
bro.
oh shoot, yeah. And that makes sense because Andrew did say that. He said ever since Gwen died, like he drowned himself in work. Like, that's all he does now. And then when Toby was like, "Hey, you dating someone?" He was like, "Nah, no time, man. Like, I'm doing Spider-Man stuff, you know."
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Fuck.
Oh, we're getting shot at.
Okay, now what about the second one?
That was a trailer. That was so crazy. It was a legit trailer. I
There's someone
loved
coming
it.
to the far left.
I see
Uh,
this.
oh my
Damn.
god! I gotta record that.
Damn! I saw that from the corner of my eye. That was crazy.
Dude, I aimed upwards when I knew he was gonna show up and the bullet was gonna hit him.
Oh,
Fuck.
there's a car right behind us.
Spiderman, come on. Oh, they got me, bro. I'm
No
dead.
way.
They cut my fucking web as I was going.
Oh shoot, there's someone here
I'm
too on
dead.
top of the hill.
Dude, that's crazy. I hate that Mortal, whatever his name is. Mortal. He's gonna be a bad guy. He's his mentor. Oh, well, dude, we're leaving the main part. Ned. What about Ned? He's a fucking mystic artist.
Yes.
He has magic.
He has magic, and I thought he was gonna be a bad guy.
I thought he was gonna be his Harry Osborn goblin, hobgoblin.
I thought that too, and they kind of teased it when he was like, "You have a best friend." I was like, "Oh, they're gonna talk about it."
Yeah, he freaked out. But dude, Doctor Strange struggled to fucking open a portal, and this was like nothing.
Like nothing, by accident.
Yeah, and then not only that, but he flew with a cape, with a strange cape.
Well, the cape kind of has a mind of its own. The cape kind of takes everything. It's almost a brand new story now, like in college.
Yeah, that they're saying that completes his high school trilogy.
Which is cool. Which is really, really
Now
cool.
he's becoming a man, nobody, doing his own thing.
I can't wait to see that suit. Oh shit, someone there. Yeah, I can't wait to see that suit. I just saw him right there. Oh, there he is.
I thought to myself like, nah, don't heal them. It's just gonna go bad for you. Like they're still bad, you know.
Hey man.
Oh fuck.
Oh shoot, he's coming right here. Behind you. Oh, someone else. Another gun. Yeah, that movie was perfection. Oh, they're getting high ground. Look at them.
Shoot.
Oh, he moved right in the nick of time. Woo!
Yeah, it sucks to have a high ground.
Hey man, help me. Because I'm on the hill, I keep staying on. Hopefully my friend doesn't die. Oh, I think he did die.
What was that
Somebody's
coming down?
coming.
Oh no, he's there. Your partner's there.
He's shooting at somebody there. There's somebody else shooting there? Alright, we're gonna just go. Let's go. What's he doing? I don't think he see me.
Are they fighting each other?
There's someone else. Oh!
This is the first time I see you.
God, man. Hey, I'm not good with the sniper. Where'd it go?
She's right there. She's healing. Get her now. Good shit.
Okay. I don't know if there's two people left or this is one because my partner counts as one.
There's three, so it's two more, I guess. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, in front of you, behind you. Reload all your guns. Whoa. Oh no.
Good job, friend.
Oh, it's right there behind to the right. There you go.
It's Spidey.
What? Oh fuck.
Got him?
He's gonna go heal.
Yeah. There's two people there.
Oh, there is? Oh no. Oh, you're right. It was two. So it was three. So your friend didn't count then.
That sucks.